Okie dokie.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hi, I'm Christina,
I'm Patrick.
and we're Seriously Devoted.
So tonight we're going to do a little Q&A between the two of us. I went through and answered some questions tonight, so Christina's going to ask me the questions. And tomorrow night we're going to follow up with Christina's going to go through and answer these questions. And I'll kind of give her a little interview, and we'll see where we stand with all of this. So kind of a neat little thing to lead in with and pick our brains and see what makes us tick.
All right, so without further ado, this is a little difficult to read.
It's that small print, isn't it? No spectacles.
What is the last book, podcast?
Oh, that's not in order.
Oh, okay. This is... It printed very weird.
Yes, it did.
Okay. So, what type of advice do people come to you for? What type of advice, or what type of advice do you love giving?
So, I'd say that the most common thing that people come to me for is for cable, internet, technology, advice questions, things relating to Comcast, mainly because it's something that I've been doing for almost 23 years.
That's a long time.
Wow, that was quite humbling. Not going to say that's my most favorite subject to discuss, but having been in the industry for quite a few years, I've retained some information, and I love to share it, and I love to help people, and I want people to have a more positive outlook of the company that I work for. So I try to give people the best advice that I possibly can, lead them in the right direction, and help them get a little bit closer to what they're trying to achieve. I guess what I'd prefer to discuss is freedom and what we can do to get closer to achieving freedom. Something that we're slipping further and further away from in this country. So that's more of what makes my engine tick.
Okay. What do you know a lot about that you love to share? Like, you know a lot about technology, and you like to share that, but you know a lot of, I don't want to say useless knowledge, because it's not useless, because it just like comes up, and like tidbit trivia, like if you have trivia night, you want Patrick to go with you.
I guess I don't really feel like I know a lot about anything.
You do. You know a lot of.
I feel like I know a little bit about everything, but not really a lot about one specific topic.
Okay.
But I like to share things that I think might bring value to somebody else. And it's different depending on who I'm talking to, because
what it is.
I mean, a lot of the knowledge that I have isn't going to bring any value to certain people, so why bother sharing it? Kind of.
I don't know why. I don't know if you should say why bother sharing it, but I mean, somebody could get value.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. You never know.
Right.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
You never know. What do you like to learn about?
Oh, I like to learn about government.
Yeah, you like history.
Government and history, they are intertwined, but
they're very intertwined.
I like to learn about government and how government operates, and kind of what we can do to help keep government smaller. We're definitely not going in the right direction for that. So, something we could all as Americans improve on. Keeping government small.
Yes. But you get involved as much as you can, I say in the government, but politically on a smaller level.
Yeah.
And, you know.
I mean, being on the Board of Selectmen it's small town government.
Mm-hmm. It's just like the first step to maybe doing something for the state or...
Yeah, governor.
Next governor. Patrick for governor.
May not be next governor, but hey, somewhere down the road, time will tell.
And honesty is number one. The tact may not be there, but the honesty is right there. All right, so that brings us back to the question of what is the last book, podcast, or advice that you had listened to or read, and you couldn't wait to share with others.
All right, so the last book that I read was David Goggins' Never Finished, and that book, anybody that's experienced any sort of trauma or anything like that should read both of David Goggins' books. That man has been through so much and has overcome so many obstacles to get to where he is. He has an absolutely amazing story to tell, and there is value in it for everybody. And I did just see today that there is a clean version of his book. So for all of you that don't like...
Is the version that you just read not clean?
No.
Explicit?
Yeah, it'd be more of the explicit version.
Oh.
So, for those that don't like the use of the F word and all that, there's the clean version. I don't know exactly how clean it is, because in his first book, he talks about shitting his pants. So, I don't know how exactly you can clean that up. But, yeah, so we've all been there, right? Who's with
You
me?
can speak for yourself.
But that'd be the book that I would have to lead with. And as far as podcasts go, I think the Jocko podcast is probably what I get the most value out of. Just the way that he delivers his message, his take on leadership, he brings a lot of value to podcasting for sure. And he also brings he has a lot of special guests that bring a lot of military history onto his show, which I think is really cool. It's really neat the way that he presents it. So check that podcast out. It's really good. It's called the Jocko Podcast, hosted by Jocko Willink. Really, really awesome. So check it out if you haven't already. It's fun to listen to.
What lights your soul on fire? What lights you up from the inside?
What? Did we skip something? Yeah, we did.
What?
We skipped a question.
What question did I skip?
What scares you?
I don't have that.
Oh.
Okay.
What lights my soul on fire?
We'll go back to that.
So the discussion of freedom and the world that we're creating for our children is probably what I'm most passionate about.
Okay. What scares you?
Alright. So this is a good one.
I don't have that on here.
So the question is, what scares you and what would you like to not be so scared about? My answer to that would be releasing myself from the golden handcuffs. And for those that don't quite get that reference, it's the golden handcuffs would be that 9 to 5 job that provides your lifestyle, but you just feel like you're trapped in it. So it's like being locked up, except the handcuffs they're golden, or they're comfortable, and it's really not that bad because it gives us everything that we have here. But at the same time, it's not always fulfilling. Sometimes it feels like it takes a little bit of your soul. Working for different companies, working for especially large companies, and it becomes more and more apparent the more that they try to, I don't know,
buckle down on certain things.
Buckle down on certain things, and to kind of feed into the whole wokeness of all the crap that's going on and everything. It just, when your values don't align with the values of your company that you work for, it's not always easy to feel fulfilled when you go to work. So that would be mine.
Okay. What have you done that you're proud of?
All right. So my sobriety is what I'm most proud of. And the main reason for that is the quality of life that it's provided for others around me. I think it's improved, even if it's just everybody in this household, it's improved our life from day to day, not just on a small scale, but every aspect of it. With my sobriety, I also accepted Christ into my life, which I think has also improved everything in our life. So that's my biggest accomplishment in life.
That's very recent.
Yes, very recent. 18 months in 3 days.
I thought you passed 18 months.
No. November 27th.
What drives you crazy?
There's not just one thing.
Let the list begin.
So, the downfall of our society, taxation, and people who feel entitled, as well as those that feel that taking my God-given freedoms away to make themselves feel better is acceptable. People that think that taking my freedoms away to make themselves feel like they are more free to do what they want, it just, that drives me crazy. And it's not right. We all have the same. We all have the same rights. We have the same freedoms, but now everybody's looking for special exceptions because they fall under special interest groups. So they get preferential treatment is what it seems like, and it just doesn't seem like it's really the way the Constitution's written. So, kind of, it's a little concerning to see our society going in that direction.
This is like very deep. I'm thinking like,
well, isn't that the whole point?
I'm thinking like something that drives me crazy is like a towel being like left on the floor or something.
Oh, no. No, that's not what my mind meant.
Okay. Okay. What do you want to get better at?
I want to get better at delivering my message to others in a more tolerant, Christ-like manner. So,
does that mean more tactful?
More tactful, and to be more tolerant of those that maybe not willing to accept what I'm trying to say. Not everybody has to buy into what I believe, and
I don't think it's buy into. Not everybody has not everybody's beliefs have to align with yours.
No,
And vice versa.
I don't expect that.
Because we're not always on the same page with things.
No, but it's just the name calling that you get from people for certain things that you say and you believe. That just there's no tolerance.
So to be more patient.
Yes.
What are your pet peeves?
My pet peeves. You know what? I didn't put my biggest one down. But my biggest pet peeve is people that scuff their feet when they walk. That drives me fucking crazy.
Scuffing their feet?
Yeah. Yeah, people that wear their work boots with their shoelaces untied and they walk down the hallways or in the mall and their heels constantly scuffing on the floor. I just want to take their shoes and throw them and make them walk around in slippers so I don't have to listen to their shoes scuffing on the floor. It drives me insane.
Oh. Okey-doke.
But
maybe their shoes
my
are too
original
big.
answer to that was those that lack integrity. And I think that people that don't tie their shoes and walk correctly I don't believe that they have integrity. Because if they did, then they'd tie their shoes right and walk correctly.
Maybe they don't know
Those
how.
that lie, I don't like lying. Lying drives me.
Yeah.
I don't
We
like
don't
lying
like
at
lying.
all. And those who feel entitled to things that they haven't earned. Those are my pet peeves.
Okay.
And that's it. That's our list of questions for the evening. So tomorrow, or maybe tonight, Christina's going to go through and she's going to answer the questions to this little survey. And we can send you out another one of these tomorrow and share her take on these, which we now know that towels on the floor may fall on that list.
I don't like pillows on the floor either.
No pillows on the floor. Pocketbooks can never touch the floor.
Never.
It's amazing that our feet are allowed to touch the floor. But thankfully, our house is so clean, we can always eat off of the floor. It's more acceptable for food to touch the floor than it is for pocketbooks.
Never the pocketbook.
No, it's...
You've learned.
I don't know. There must be some bad juju there or something.
Somebody once grabbed my bag or whatnot. I remember they went to go put it on the floor next to me, and you were like, "No,
No."
Christina's pocketbook cannot touch the floor.
Can't happen.
She will lose her mind.
Yep.
I can't let other people, if I'm around other people and their pocketbooks touching the floor, strangers, I'll go behind them and I'm like, I'm not trying to steal your bag, but you may want to just hang this on your. Don't have your bag on the
Christina
floor.
loves to hang everything everywhere. Hangs towels on the door, which we've pretty much gotten out of that. That took almost.
Not long.
That took a good 15 years to get
No,
up.
it did not.
Absolutely did.
15 years my behind.
You still did it when we lived here.
No.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, you did. She hangs her pocketbooks on chairs.
They don't. I don't.
So
want
then you
them
go to
touching the floor.
you go to move the chair and the damn pocketbook's there, and then the whole chair will fall over because she's got so much shit in her pocketbook.
Wow.
That it's amazing she doesn't have to go to a chiropractor weekly to get a spinal adjustment from carrying the damn thing around.
Well, I have.
But if you ever need
pocketbooks,
anything, it's in that bag.
and I have a briefcase.
And a bag.
Listen, I have all the things.
And a clutch.
I don't always
See,
have a clutch.
I even know the name of that. I didn't say you always have one.
I
Yeah,
mean, I have clutches
lots of them.
and belly pouches, fanny packs.
Oh yeah. Fanny packs. We have some new Boston Marathon fanny packs. Fancy schmancy.
All right, enough
Well, I think we're.
poking me. Jeez, I haven't even got to my questions. I can't imagine my answers to these, because they are nothing like your answers.
I guess.
No, that's
I guess I interpreted the questions differently than what some may.
yeah, and we'll see how I interpret them.
And I guess I probably opened myself up to some
Oh, I'm sure.
questions, criticism, whatever. It's all
But
good.
that's what this is all about. And that's where the uncomfortableness comes from, and the constructive criticism, and how, we want to be open and honest with all of you. And that also opens it up for, everybody's opinion, like we said, to not align, but to know that we respect your opinions and your values, and that's important to us. So.
And with that said, we are signing off for the night because it's getting late and time to go to bed. So, make it a great night.
And tomorrow, a great day.